20 countries now wanting to join BRIC, and I think what's going to happen is you're going to see a lot more countries wanting to join BRIC because they're coming up with a plan of having some sort of either land, gold, some sort of precious metal to actually back their currency. They don't trust the U.S. The U.S. went in and froze Russia's assets. Whether you agree on or disagree on it, it's immaterial. It just shows that the U.S. can go in and basically play with the SWIFT system. The SWIFT system is a system where they can go in and basically control all the wiring that's done. And if they cut this off with the country, it's going to be a real mess. They're basically cut off financially. So you even have countries that are they're allies of the U.S. They're joining BRIC. They don't. It's not just they're afraid that the U.S. might go in and cut them off the dollar, but they're afraid that that the U.S. is going broke. I mean, they're not solving this debt problem. This each year, they raise this debt limit, and no one even wants to pay off a red cent. It just keeps going up. And if they can't pay it off now, what's going to happen in 3 years? They certainly can't pay it off in 3 years if they can't pay it off now. And it's just a timing issue. When is this going to happen? So more and more countries are ditching out of the dollar, and they're wanting to join with this new world currency, new world order, new world currency. I mean, this is what it looks like, and it's because of this debt and the fear that the U.S. could cut another country off, and even allies are scared the U.S. might cut them off. So, and it's not just that; they're scared that the U.S. is basically going to default on their currency. But Ron Paul in Bitcoin.com newsletter was talking about on the future of the U.S. dollar. The world is clearly de-dollarized, and he mentioned here. Now, Ron Paul, who is the former U.S. presidential candidate and former U.S. congressman, has stated that recent geopolitical events have caused nations to start ditching the U.S. dollar. Paul stated that the debasement of the currency, the manipulation of prices and sanctions against other nations have made other countries afraid of holding dollars. Now, he believes that this de-dollarization is happening at a real rapid pace, and I totally agree with him. I mean, all these countries have been doing this just in the last few weeks. Now, Ron Paul, who is, of course, a U.S. presidential candidate, former presidential U.S. candidate and a former U.S. congressman representative, he's talked about how he believes the de-dollarization is starting to accelerate recently, even if he does not know when the U.S. dollar will lose its reserve currency status. Now, in the latest episode of the Ron Paul Liberty Report, his online videocast, Ron Paul clarified a global reduction in the percentage of reserves held in U.S. dollars is caused by several circumstances, including American endless wars, sanctions, wokeism, nihilism, and unconstitutional abuses. And he went on to state that it's clearly starting. More and more countries are getting out of the U.S. dollar. I mean, this is just happening at a very, very fast pace. And he declared the U.S. government has a hand in rigging the price of gold in order to make the dollar look stronger, having no respect for gold. Now, about the possible replacement of the U.S. dollar on international markets. Now, Paul stated that while he's not sure Russia and China might have some sort of kind of influence in the response to the vacuum that the dollar could leave behind, he also included Brics, the bloc which is integrated by Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa as part of this answer. The Brics bloc has been studying the issuance of a currency since at least last year when Russian President Putin made the announcement at the 14th Brics summit held in China. And more recently, Russian State Duma Deputy Chairman Alexander Babakov added that such a currency might be potentially backed by gold or other commodities, including rare earth elements or even land. However, the definition of the structure of the currency could be announced at the next BRICS summit to be held in South Africa in August. Folks, if you want to learn more on this, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. My advice is I would be getting a lot of your money outside the U.S. dollar. I have no doubt in the next 5 years, 10 years, you're going to see the latest. You're going to see some dramatic differences in the U.S. dollar. Also, folks, if you want more videos like this, hit the subscribe button right on your screen right here, and you get new videos automatically as they come out. And I'll look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.